better operating thing. So this is Paradise Island. It's not done, but it's a set of islands that goes across the map here. There's a bunch of them. And this actually took me a lot of time, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And this is how to design a city. This is proof that I'm not claiming to be an expert here, but I'm also, you know, gotta redeem myself a little bit after that mess that we've just been working on. Um, so this is a main entrance to the city over here, but the main one that I've been focusing on is this one. So for a while, I didn't even come off on this island here. You just came over it. This road was built already by the the game world just had it already. You come across this bridge, go across this island here where right now is an IT cluster. It's a bunch of really fancy office buildings. You can see the world is lagging a little bit because this is a big world. You come across, this is a connecting road, so you don't have to get back on the highway. But this highway here, originally, like I said, just came through. It didn't have this interchange here, but it came across, and you come out into the main city down here. Now, the main reason I really like this layout, I love the fact that this highway just runs through the center of this downtown area. I love the way that looks. As you can see here, there's not a whole lot of high density residential areas. They do exist, but the high density here, this is is some residential in here. I think like this, right? Yeah. But most of this high density stuff is going to be let's see, like this is a hotel. This is a leisure area or tourism area. Sorry, there's a leisure area down here, I believe. Yeah, leisure buildings. But I built this area first, Paradiso Estates. It's a sustainable buildings, lower density area. It's supposed to be like really nice tropical area. Um, all the rooftop gardens and all that. And it could have done better with it, but it actually turned out to work pretty well. This main strip here, the whole island is powered by these guys, um, the solar updraft towers, which I was talking about earlier. I love solar updraft towers. Um, and this area here is the office district, which I believe is just regular office buildings. Yeah, just regular office buildings. That one's just, oh, I see. It's called Pear. That's clever. Um, Now, and yeah, the tourism district up here. There's a stadium. There's a bunch of stuff going on up here, and this is the area I was going to work out on making later. But as you can see here, I'm also money situation is pretty neutral. Not really making a whole lot of money, but usually not losing a whole lot either. It kind of bounces back and forth. The whole island has this main highway. It's a national highway that goes all the way around the outside here to connect everything. Um, and I really like the way that worked too. If you go past the bay here, you'll notice that this bottom area is just like there's leisure over here and there's more buildings over here. And a lot of people are dying. It's in the middle of a death wave right now, but it's just a natural part of the city. There is enough healthcare here to handle that. There's an aquarium here on the shore. These are all the fishing harbors and stuff that came with Sunset Harbor DLC. If you go, you can go across here. This is the original connection. And because this is the highway here, I did also make this one as the kind of a shortcut between areas. If you come over here, this is the high density residential area, the high rise district I called it. There's a lot of high density residential in here, as well as over here, Mountainside Estates. If you come down here, this is divided into two sections as well. This here is Bay Estates. Before I really knew what I wanted to do with this area, I was just building more self-sufficient, low density residential. And then the rest of this is a campus area. This is the University District, Paradiso Liberal University. It's a 5-star university. I spent a lot of time on building this. This is more of the like actual school area over here. You can see there's a School of Economics. There is that's the administration building. There's a School of Environmental Studies, and there's a School of Education. So you can learn how to be a teacher here or study the economy. Or there's a lot of options here. I think it's a really cool school design. You can see it's all like this is all student housing, um, all along the coast here. There's some dormitories as well. I don't remember which one it is, but one of these is a dormitory. Um, there's a dorm, a tiny little dorm right there. Most of student housing is not in the dorm, and I really like that design kind of thing too. It's like if you come here, this is a really wealthy island, so it's not a cheap school, but um, you can live in like these houses along the ocean front, and I just think it's a really cool idea. Across this main road, another one of these, this drive here is another national road, um, is all the sports complexes, and they're all in here. The school has all the sports complexes the game offers. It's got track and field. It's got basketball. It's got swimming, baseball, and football. And I worked a lot on that. And then all those areas in here, this is all student housing as well, but some higher density stuff and some lower density stuff mixed together. And here is a bus and tram station. Bus and tram. It's not bus and tram, it's bus and ferry station. I named that, so I must have just messed that up. Okay. It goes underneath here, as you can see, it connects back to the main highway. This main highway here, I did some weird stuff with. Right here, instead of having it go straight through and having like a way to get off into this area, which now I probably could. Um, yeah, despawning is off, and my traffic is still going pretty well in the city. I probably could get rid of this circle, but I added it because traffic was really bad in here for quite a while. And this road here is like a main, like, this is the national highway, separate from the actual like main highway. Yeah, and if you keep going down the national road, it kind of opens up here. I haven't developed this area yet, and down here is the cargo harbor, which the ships are really derpy and annoying. But there's a train that comes through here. There's the cargo ships, and there's the industry traffic, which this used to be really bad, which is part of why this traffic was so bad at this roundabout over here. But it's gotten way better as I've converted most of my industry over to offices. It doesn't need as much cargo anymore, so it's a lot better. Most of the cargo is coming from right here, which is why I put it right next to it. This is the Forestry District. They grow a bunch of trees here. See all these tree plantations here. I made them all the conifers because it looks very tropical. And then over here we have like the greenhouses, which they do basically the same thing as the normal ones over here, but they just look different, and I like the way it looked. And then this is housing for people that work in this industry area. Because this island is very well educated, it's hard to get people to work at my industry buildings. So this area here is specifically designed for people who are not very educated. As you can see, there are still highly educated people here because they go to school on the other side of the island, but most of these people are uneducated because they're far away from schools. And that was designed just to have people over here that just want to work at the factories. There's like the pulp mill. This is all storing logs. You see, it's almost full. Sawdust, wood chips, whatever. Engineered wood. Like it's all about just making wood products, and then they can take them right here, or they can drive down here. And I think there's an airport. At least I was trying to build an airport. I don't know if I ever did. I might not have. Yeah, I was originally trying to put an airport in here. An island like this especially really could use an airport. I just never got to it. You'll notice that this is all surrounding Mount Paradiso National Park in the center here, which is this island like that has like a mountain range through the middle of it. So if you come to down here, there's a small national park gate, or Mount Paradiso Crater Trailhead. The crater's right here. This path. There's another one down here. Here's a little bypass road going through the tunnel here I like because there's a lot of traffic on this main road. This one here, I guess I'll come back to that. Because this one here is the main gate to Mount Paradiso National Park, which goes up here. There's all this all these paths and campgrounds and yurts and whatnot, and observation areas, and there's a fire observation post or something, and then it keeps going all the way up here to this overlook, and down here to this other park gate. Nature for the nature. I didn't give this a name, I guess. Mount Paradiso. Which is a weird place for it, I know, but it works. Now, if we go back to where I just said, hey, I'll show you this in a second. There's this right here going underneath. If you look underneath, I don't want to bulldoze, but there's a path that goes It goes all the way underneath the mountain. It comes out this other side, over by these sewage treatment plants, and yeah, just it's the mountain pass. But then there's also a road. I clicked on that. Thank you. Oh, I'm just trying to look underground. It's so difficult. There's another road that comes off here and goes out to here where all the helicopters are for the police. Yeah, police, medical, and fire. And this is also where the recycling plant is, and what's this again? A waste transfer facility. So, yeah, this whole island's connected by little roads like that every once in a while. I've eventually wanted to complete this entire area with probably more housing, or maybe some more tourism stuff or leisure or something. I don't know. These other islands that come off here, like I said, this first one is a IT cluster. This here, I think, is just a living area, right? Isle of the Winds. Yeah, high density residential. Some fancy buildings in here. You can see this one's still building, so things are still going over there. This one has not been finished. I was working on this last before I stopped. This is I think it's a low density, right? I know it's a commercial area, but there will also be residential in here too. Then you come across here to Isla Cargo, which is aptly named because it's where the cargo is. It also is where the waste management is. So all the waste trucks from the waste transfer facilities, they all come in here. You can see them right here coming in here to this area all the way on the other side. And then up here is Isla Petra, which I'm kind of leaving as like a natural reserve because you really couldn't put very many buildings up here anyway. I put some Stonehenge in here. I think it looks really neat. And I made the blimps fly over it. But there's no actual like road obviously out here. You could put like one building out here. Maybe I could put like a penitentiary out here. That might be a cool idea to put a penitentiary out here if it fits. I don't even know. We could take a look and see. I'm not gonna put it down right now, but you can see I'm making $10,000 right now, almost 11. Yeah, it wouldn't even fit. I would have to change the island around. So I like the way it looks, just being like that. So yeah, that's Isla Paradiso, or just Paradiso. I really like this. This is my favorite city that I've ever made. And I like that there's just an area in the middle where there's no buildings. Like I said, I do want to build up this area on the side on this coastline here. Although it might be cool to leave some of this area open too, because it makes it feel more like a tropical island. Like there's always parts of the island that are not super developed, and I want there to be natural parts of this island for sure. And this is the mainland over here, I believe, and all this over here. I have this land over here. I don't plan on building anything out here, just because there's not. I don't need to. But yeah, so that's this island. I was really happy with this island. Um, yeah, my best work, I would say. The next one that I can show you guys